Y'all, it's snowing. First snow of the year. Of course, the first snow of the year, I'm like, I need to get out. I gotta go somewhere. And like, you know, the most inconvenient time, bad weather, which this isn't terrible, it's just a little bit of snow. I'm on my way to the post office. I've got something that I'm wanting to go out today, and I'm gonna brave the cold, and I thought I'll take you with me. To people who get snow all the time, this is just a joke, but we don't get all that much snow, and so it's kind of a bigger deal to me. And usually anytime there's snow, I'm like, I'm just gonna be at home. In case it were to snow a lot, I'll be at home base. I don't have to worry about traveling. So the little bitty skiff of snow in North Carolina is kind of like a big deal. Now I'm almost positive down on the state road that there's not gonna be literally any snow on the road. It's probably only sticking here on the driveway because we're not driving on it. So I'm expecting that there will be nothing down there, and probably less than what's here. There's not a lot here, but it is cool that it's the first snow. Yeah, not too much. I mean, it's just like powdered sugar. It's like dumping a little bit of powdered sugar out on something. As I'm leaving the holler, there's like pretty much no snow. I figured that's what would happen. It's really pretty at home to watch it falling, and it was sticking a little better up there. So there's not much here, but we have to be excited even though we don't have a lot, because this is our first snow, and it seems like these days and times, I should say, we just don't get as much snow as we used to get. So if it's only a dusting, then we'll just go ahead and be excited about it. When I was a kid, it just felt like it snowed all the time. I'm sure it didn't, but it, you know, you look back on your childhood and you always think that things were, I guess, more grandiose and, you know, more exciting than maybe they really were from the perspective of an adult. But it just seems like we had more snow. Seems like I remember several white Christmases, at least enough snow to build a snowman, have a snowball fight, those kind of things. And within the last 10 years, it just, you know, like I can barely recall like one or two big snows. And I don't know, maybe that's just me. You have to comment below and tell me if you live in North Carolina or around the western North Carolina area, if you feel the same way. You can see just a little bit of snow on the mountain, just like a tiny little bit. But for the most part down here, there's like literally no snow. I figured that would happen. One other thing is my dad always taught me to be so cautious. You know, he was always like, Katie and Corey, anything can happen so quickly, and the most dangerous thing you do, and we do it almost every day, is to drive a car. It's dangerous to drive a car. It's dangerous to be on the road. There's so many traffic accidents, you know, and statistically, you're only just a moment away from being one of those accidents. And so he always told us, you know, if you want to be safe, then just lower your risk by not putting yourself in positions that could be dangerous. So if you know there's going to be inclement weather, don't drive in it. Just be home. Have everything you need to have in place, and don't go anywhere. If you know that there's a certain place of town that's kind of, you know, that's kind of a sketchy place, don't go there. Don't go to the risk. You know, don't meet danger halfway. He always taught us that. So anytime I see snow and snow is accumulating and I think that I might have to drive for some reason, it gives me anxiety. Like, I get anxious about it. And I think it was wise of him to give us that advice of just be careful. Anything could happen. And maybe he was doing that too because he was just worried about us, you know, and he wanted to make sure that, you know, we were just at home, because, you know, parents don't have to worry if the children are at home and you're not thinking about them driving out on icy and snowy roads. There's a little bit more snow through here. That's interesting. Yeah, look at that. That yard is like covered. And I wonder if it's because there's just more heavy like foliage there, like the canopy was thicker over there. It's more wooded, and so the snow's just getting in there and staying. I'm not really sure why. I would love to see the ground just like a foot thick with this big, beautiful white snow. Of course, I wouldn't be right here driving. I would be at home. But snow is beautiful. My mom loves snow. She wishes it would snow like a foot a day, every day in the winter. She absolutely adores it. I don't know if I would want that, because it becomes really inconvenient and agitating when you need to go places and do things. quickly it goes from pretty and fun, let's get out there and play, to like, oh, this is really starting to get annoying. And I can only imagine how I would feel if I lived places that got lots of snow, and got snow starting in like September, you know? Looks like we're moving some stuff. Hey, that's a blind curve. Don't drive around that. Sometimes people who are like on equipment like that, like a tractor or whatever they're on, bicyclists, they can see and you can't, and so they feel confident about waving you around. But I'm like, hey, I'm never going to go around a blind curve. Even if you tell me I can, I'm not going. My plan is to drop off these things to the post office, go back home. Corey and Mom are watching the boys. Ira took his nap this morning, and Corey come back up to our house for lunch to get something to eat. We had pizza last night, and we had some leftover pizza, so I called her and said, you want to come up and get something, you know, to eat? We can eat this leftover pizza. When I get back home, since there's more snow there, I'm gonna look around a little bit, enjoy it for a minute. We had the boys in the window looking at the snow, and I don't know. I don't think that they really, I think they looked for a minute and they're like, oh, wow. And then it was, you know, over. You can't really keep their attention span, but I know the bigger that they get, the more interested they're going to be, because when they see that snow falling, they're going to be thinking, we're going to get to go play. If it, you know, accumulates and stays, they're going to be thinking about sledding and snowman building, all that fun stuff. Yeah, pretty much. Nothing covering the ground here, but it is cold. Oh, it's so cold. It's like 30 degrees. It's just bitter cold. This is pretty, right outside the post office. I'm not sure what this little bush is, but the snow next to those red berries, that's pretty. Maybe somebody will know what that is. I'm not real sure. There's two of them though. There's one over there, and they're definitely giving me Christmas vibes. This is just cracking me up because it's like sunny down here. Got my stuff dropped off, and I was talking to the man who works in the post office, and we were talking about the snow, and I said, what do you think about all this snow? And he said, it seems early, doesn't it? Like early in the year for it to be happening. It usually seems to be like on up in November, maybe even 1st of December. And I said, yeah, you're right. It does seem early. It seems like our first little skiff of snow comes much later. I definitely think it seems early, but who knows? It could be an indication of how the winter's gonna go. If I had to guess, it'll probably be another mild winter because the rest of them have been mild too. You never know though. It could, you know, we could be wrong. But I will say this. I don't know if that was, maybe it was last year that we had a big enough snow to sled in. Wasn't a lot of snow, but it was enough to actually get in. If that happens again, we will video it again. Me and Corey posted a video, Mom and Dad, Mom on her channel, my mama, Celebrating Appalachia. She posted a video, and we just had a good old merry time playing in the snow, sledding. I believe Austin was at home watching Woody. Ira was napping, and we had the baby monitor, and we were just in the yard, and he napped for a long time, and so we played and we had a really good time. But this year he's big enough that I'm thinking we could take him with us, and it would be a lot of fun, and it would probably be a really fun video to film. So hoping that we will get to do that one. I've probably answered one of my questions that I had earlier concerning the snow. I guess it just melts off down here because the sun lands on it, and it doesn't melt off at home because the sun doesn't land on the ground up there, because us being on the north facing side of the mountain, it just doesn't get a lot of sun this time of year. And no sun, then, you know, no evaporation of snow. And there's sun everywhere down here, so that's probably why there's no snow. I should have thought of that earlier. We've actually still got quite a lot of fall color left here on the trees and on the side of the mountain. Almost back home, and it's so funny, like I swear down in the valley, if you will, it was so sunny and so like pretty, and now on my way back home I'm just driving back into like the gray and the gloom. There's a little bit of sun right here, but it always feels like that in the winter. Anytime I drive out of just being right here at home, I'm like, wow, look how pretty and sunny it is everywhere. It's like we're living in a dang like bat cave up here. I don't know, but it's okay. It's home. I love it anyway. Just gonna get out to show you our tiny little skiff. It's enough to cover the mulch pile. I wonder if I could like, it's like not even enough for me to like build a teeny tiny little snowball that I could like take with me and throw at Corey, and then by the time I get it there it'll be melted. Really got my fingers crossed that this is gonna be a good sign for, you know, maybe there'll be a little bit more that we could get out in and play and bring the boys out, see what they think. Maybe if that does work out, we could have a competition and like see who could sled the farthest and the fastest. I don't know, I think that would be fun. It'd be something fun for video content. You know, you're always thinking about trying to come up with what could I video, and you worry that you'll run out of stuff that's fun or exciting or, you know, things that people want to watch. So you try to take maybe an idea that you've done before, if you've already made snow videos or whatever it is, and kind of put a new twist on it. Snow is so pretty when it just accumulates and stays on these leaves in the ground. Creek's just a little bit low. It's okay though. It snows some more, the water will rise. I think I used to know what these things are. Someone could comment and tell me, but it's so fun to see this like pink little signs of vibrancy and life next to this snow. It's a pretty combo, the pink and the white. I think maybe I'll head for the backyard at my house, see what it looks like, and then I'm gonna go inside because it is cold. My ears are so cold. My nose is probably red because it's cold too. Now, this is hot chocolate drinking weather. So a little bit of snow on this rose blooming here. This is probably the most snow that I saw of anywhere. Just right back here. Maybe there's enough in here for me to like get some dirt, be a dirty snowball. It's very windy and the whole backyard is kind of just crusty with snow. It's really interesting to see the green under all that white and that contrast. Seems just like yesterday we were picking tomatoes off of that tomato plant, and now it's covered in snow. Even Miss Cindy's old St. Francis statue has snow. These steps are probably super slick, but it's really pretty with this dust and the snow. Just a few minutes ago, the wind was just whipping the snow around, and I got a really, really sweet picture of Grandma and the boys in the window, so we'll put that in here for you to see. It's really sweet. You can just see the back of them looking at the snow, and it was, I mean, it was just blowing it around. It was almost made me feel like a mini blizzard for a second. Oh, well, thanks. Thanks for thinking of getting that sweet picture. It's really sweet. Listen, it is brutal cold out there. I know it is. I was walking around actually in the bottom of your yard just looking at the snow. I was talking about snowballs and how cool it'd be if I could get one made and come in here and throw it at you. Just joking. I would not like that. I wouldn't do it. It's beautiful though. You know, and Bobby. Bobby from the post office? Bobby from the post office had mentioned, and I think he's right, this seems early for snow. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. For us, it's early. I mean, stranger things have happened. I can remember it doing a little bit dusting of snow on Halloween. I can too. But still, typically, on average, I feel like this is early for us, yeah. I do too. I'm gonna make myself some tea. It is so cold outside, and sometimes when I get cold like that, it takes me a really long time to warm up. I've got some herbs here. That's mullein, that's chamomile, that's peppermint, as you can see. I'm gonna put some water on the bowl, make some tea. I was painting earlier, so I've got paint all over my hands. Thank you. Get Olive, and I'll have to feed her and get clothes and switch over laundry and bring it right. Woo! Okay. While the water's boiling for my tea, I came down here with Grandma to check on the stove.
One more piece. Let me put that one. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, he said. Good job, Ira. Yeah. Yeah, well, the stove don't need no more wood right now.
That's all it needs right now. We'll come back and check it again in a little bit, okay? Feeling good on a day like today, though.
It is so cold out there.
Very bitter cold outside. Unusual for this time of the year. Usually it's January when we have these kind of days, but we're having it today.
Ira, you helping Papa by stacking the wood up? Here, put another piece right here. Good job. You gonna put another piece? Stacking up the wood. You're making quite the stack there, huh?
Pull.
Yeah, wood. Wood for the stove. This is our rich pine that we keep. This is a fantastic fire starter, and we don't like put the whole pieces like that in the stove at a time. We shave a little bit off of this really resinous wood to start a fire. This is very flammable and it lasts a really long time. Somebody sent this to Dad, one of our viewers. This come out of a really big log that they sent. Thank you for that. Rich pine. Yeah, we'll put some in the stove in a minute. Okay. Rich pine is just where when a pine tree dies, all the rosin in the tree goes back and collects kind of at the base of the tree or at the base of a limb. And when you cut the tree down, or if you cut, you know, you're moving the dead tree or you're cutting a limb or whatever, you're cutting into the tree, you're going to find these really resinous places down at the base of a limb or the trunk of the tree. And man, I wish you could smell these. They smell so good. They smell just like Christmas, just very pine-like, and really great natural fire starter out in the woods that you can find. This piece is very heavy. Like, it's not all that big, but it's super heavy. Mom has been down here in the basement this morning, and she's doing something really cool. When Corey and I were little, she was so wonderful. She just really encouraged our creativity, and she would take time with us and she would say, let's create or let's craft. And we would pull a sheet onto the table so we didn't make a mess, and we would get out paint and glue and buttons and baubles and just anything that we could create or paint or glue to cut, maybe like a canvas, something like that. And it's honestly some of the sweetest memories that I have. I just absolutely loved that, and I really think that that's what fostered the creativity that eventually led to me doing my jewelry. And so what we would be doing is you probably just making a gum, honestly, but having a great time. And what Mom would do while we were crafting or creating is she would paint, and she would paint and kind of draw these angels. And I never seen anything like it anywhere else. They have such personality. And so she did that a lot when me and Corey were younger. And as we got older, of course, she got busier, and she just probably couldn't do it as much anymore. But this morning, while Ira was napping and I was down on this side of the basement doing my jewelry stuff, Mom was over here by the stove, and I was like, what you doing? And I come over here and I saw her painting and working on an angel, and I was really excited. I was like, oh my gosh, are you going to kind of get back into this? She said, I don't know, I'm just seeing. And she has something that she's working on over here on the flat surface of Dad's workbench. So I was throwing the wood in the floor now. So I want to show it to you before we go upstairs. Oh, wow. I love that. Look, she's got earrings. So you've painted kind of the background, and you're going to maybe paint the angel a different color?
Yeah,
So
I don't know.
working on it?
Just working on it, yeah. I'm very rusty.
Oh, no. It's beautiful. I don't think you're rusty at all. It's so special. Like I said, each one has a different little personality, and I'm just really glad you're getting back into this. I'm excited.
Well, I don't know if I am, but I sure have enjoyed this morning playing and creating like I used to do.
This is Binks's favorite spot up here on the steps on this box because it's very warm, heat rises, and so it's very nice and toasty up here. I come back upstairs and my water is boiling. Corey was up here with Woody, so I guess she was watching, I'm sure, watching the water. I'm ready for my tea.
So I've been using the vanilla and using a spoon
One of the packages I picked up from the post office had these in it. My friend has sent us these. We literally love this stuff. Thank you so much. Thank you for sending this variety pack. That's fun. Thank you so very much for this. We love you dearly for sharing such a special treat. This stuff is the bomb, and I'm excited to try this. I'm waiting on my tea to cool, and Corey's gonna go back to her house for a little bit, try to make Woody take another nap, and then she's gonna come back up here tonight. On these cold, blustery days, it just feels extra cozy to have lots of family around. I always enjoy it when Corey and Woody come and visit and stay with us while Austin's gone hunting. Or sometimes they just come and hang out during the day. It's such a gift and such a blessing that we live close to each other and that we're able to share our time. That these boys are always able to be together. I forgot earlier before I left for the post office, I was starting on, or going to think about starting on, a recipe out of this book. It's really easy. It's a quick bread. It's a banana bread recipe. And I actually already have my flour ground for it. So I think I'm just gonna put together this banana bread real quick. This is the banana bread recipe. It's very good. And it's very simple. I already have my flour ground, so I just need to do my bananas. I'm holding Ira here with me, and he is competing for the phone, the book, the tea, anything he can grab, of course. On the next page is this pumpkin bread. It's very similar to the banana bread. It's also just as delicious. Yeah, Ira, it's good. I've never done the sweet glaze, but I'm sure it would be good. Hot, be careful. Got my banana bread into the oven. My tea is finally cool. Yeah. It's good. It's the perfect thing to warm me back up after being in the cold. I love herbal tea. It's just really one of my favorite things. And Ira likes it too. He's standing over here. I've given him a little bit of mullein and chamomile tea. He really likes it. It's good for his allergies. It's good in the evening because it kind of calms him down. If you have a baby that's kind of, what would we say, like four-wheel drive, pedal to the metal, wild child, that could be good for them and their nervous system, calm them down a little bit. Certainly good for mine. I've just thoroughly enjoyed this first snow. Just getting to watch the snow come down, the sweet pictures of the boys and grandma checking out the snow. That's one of, my mom's favorite things. It's something she loves, so it's even sweeter to think that she can share that with the boys, something that she loves, and kind of, look forward to those times of them being able to be bigger and get out in the snow and throw snowballs and play. And I remember when we were little and we would play in the snow, there's no tired like snow playing tired. It absolutely wears you out. And we would play as hard as we could. And we would come in and get something warm to eat and then sit in front of the stove, like the heater, maybe at Pap and Granny's house or the wood stove here or the heater in the living room, and just fall asleep. And what sweet memories. You'll have to comment below and tell me where you are. If you have got a first snow, I'm sure if you live anywhere north of here, you've gotten snow, and it's possible that if you live very far north that you've already got like a lot of snow. You know, you may get 1-2 feet at a time. My cousin lives in New Hampshire. He was born and raised here, but he lives in New Hampshire, and he showed me a picture of some snow last year, and the wind will blow it and it'll be like up over the gutters, you know, like feet and feet of snow. And it's just hard to believe, you know, because that's not something that really we experience here. I always thought it would be fun to get to spend a winter somewhere like that. Anyway, I better sign off here. Ira is just standing on the floor looking at me. He's like, Mama, why are you talking to your phone? Why are you talking to the camera? Yeah, we will be certainly catching you at the next videos. Keep your eyes out for that. Stay warm wherever you are. Hope you get to enjoy your snow. Thanks for coming along and enjoying the teeny tiny first skip of snow that we've had here in Western North Carolina. God bless you. God keep you. Make you some tea. It's good for you. And we'll catch you at the next video.